this is 2-2, and this is a review of linear equations. Again, something you should have done in Algebra 1. It says the linear equation y equals mx plus b is written in slope-intercept form, where the slope of the line is m and the y-intercept is b. Hold that. Never mind. I was going to play you a song, but I'm just going to play it live and in person tomorrow. I'm going to sing it just a little bit. Y equals mx plus b. That's all you get for right now. Where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. I always tell my Algebra 1 kids when I teach that the m tells you where to move and the b tells you where to begin. So you begin at your b and then you move your slope. It says write the equation in slope-intercept form, find the slope and the y-intercept, then graph. So it's y equals mx plus b, where m is 3 and b is negative 2. I'm just pulling them straight out of the equation. M is 3, b is negative 2. So I'm going to start. I'm going to begin at my b, which is at negative 2. Now I'm always going to go on my y-axis. So I'm going to begin at negative 2. On my y-axis, I just go down 2. And then my m is 3. Remember that slope is a fraction. It's rise over a run. The top number tells you, it's going to tell you to go up 3 and over 1. So I'm going to go up 3. So I'm going to count. I'm going to start at my negative 2, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 over 1. Up 1, 2, 3 over 1. And you just connect your dots with a line. Alright, y equals negative 2x plus 5. Sorry, my microphone keeps moving. Look, I keep hitting the cord, I apologize. M is negative 2, b is 5. So m is negative 2 over 1, b is 5. So I'm going to begin on my y-axis, never on your x-axis, on my y-axis at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my slope is down 2 over 1. That means I'm going to go down 2 and over to the right 1. So I'm going to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, like that. And you just connect your dots. You don't have to put that many points if you don't want to. I require 2. Now on C and D are harder because they are not already in y equals mx plus b. So if they're not in y equals mx plus b, you need to put them in y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to come right here and do it. So I'm going to solve for y. Now you remember you're solving for y, so how do you get rid of a positive 6x? You subtract 6x. So I have a negative y equals, and I go ahead and write my x first just because I wanted it in mx plus b. Negative 6x minus 3, and then I divide everything by negative 1. So y is a positive 6x plus 3. So my m is 6 over 1, and my b is 3. So I begin at 3. That means I go up 3 on my y-axis and I put a point. And then, hold on, I got to drink water. And then I'm going to rise 6 and run 1. Now if I go up 6 over 1, I'm going to be way off my graph. So up and right is the same thing as down and left because two negatives make a positive. So I can go down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and left 1. And that's the same thing. And I'm just going to connect my dots. I'm losing my voice. I'm recording this on the first day of school where I almost lost my voice. Whew. So D, I'm going to subtract 5x. So y, I could put 4 minus 5x, or I could write negative 5x plus 4. So m is negative 5 over 1. Everything's over 1 if it has no number. And b is 4. So I'm going to go down 5 because it's negative and right 1. So I'm going to start at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. And that's, if I do it again, I'll go off my graph, so I'm just going to connect my dots and be done. And that's kind of crooked. I apologize for that. Alright, so that was the first thing we did was if it was in y equals mx plus b. The second thing we're going to look at is how to graph using the x and y intercepts. The x-intercept is the x-coordinate of a point where the graph crosses the x-axis, and it's always a number, comma, 0. Like right here, this one is 4, comma, 0. And the y-intercept is 0, comma, a number. It's always on the y-axis. Like this one would be 0, comma, I don't know, 2.5. Now, to find, let me put this, to find the x-intercept, we let y be 0. To find the y-intercept, we let x be 0. Graph the equations using intercepts. So to find the x and the y-intercept, that's what I'm going to do first. The x-intercept is where y is 0. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm making a dot, is I'm going to cover up the y. Because if y is 0, then it goes away, it's gone, and it's what's left there. 2x equals 12, so x equals 6, so it's the point 6, comma, 0. So I'm just going to come over here to my x-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be out here. Okay, so now I want the y-intercept. X equals 0. So I'm going to cover the x. If I cover the x, I get 3y equals 12. Solve for y. Y equals 4, so that's the point 0, comma, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. And then you just connect the dots. Okay, now I want you to try B. So pause it for just a second and try B. Okay, you're back. Good. Did you pause it? Okay, good. So for the x-intercept, I'm going to cover the y. So for the x-intercept, I have negative 2x equals 16. Divide by negative 2. So x is negative 8. So it's the point negative 8, comma, 0. For the y-intercept, I'm going to cover the x. So it would be negative 8y equals 16. Divide by negative 8. So y equals negative 2. So it's the point 0, comma, negative 2. So negative 8, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, it's way out here. And then 0, negative 2 would be here. And then I connect the dots. Okay. And then we have, if there's only an x or if there's only a y, x equals a number, y equals a number. Y equals a number is a horizontal line at that point. You can remember that because if you take a y and you flip it upside down, to me it looks like an H. H spells horizontal. Horizontal lines look like this. Think the sun comes up over the horizon. The sun doesn't come up like this. So that's not a horizontal line. So you just go to 2, the number 2, on the y-axis. So y, 1, 2, and you draw a horizontal line. I don't know if you can see that. That might be too dark. There we go. And if it's x equals a number is a vertical line. I can remember that because if you cover up the bottom half of an x, it looks like a V. V spells vertical. Vertical lines go up and down. I'm not sure how to remember that. So x equals negative 3. 1, 2, 3. Go over negative 3 on your x-axis and draw a vertical line. Alright, now we have a word problem. Your monthly car payments on a new car are made according to the equation P equals 15,000 minus 250T, where P is the amount you owe and T is the number of months. It says, what is the original amount that you owe? Well, if you were to, this is not going to fit on this. That's not going to fit on there. I think it's supposed, yeah, it's not going to fit on there. Not even close. We'll graph it on our calculator. We just won't graph it at all. 15, either this was supposed to be thousands, or this is supposed to be hundreds, because this does not even come close to matching, but I'm not worried about it. The original amount you owe is if you look at it, it's the y-intercept, it's the beginning amount, because what you've got is you've got a beginning amount, and then you're subtracting $250 per month. So the original amount that you owe is $15,000. Your monthly payment is $250 per month. Graph the model, you would go up to $15,000. Sad. Okay, we're just going to graph it right here. No, we're just going to pretend. No. I hate it when stuff messes up. We're going to pretend that that's 15,000. And that's 12,000, that's 8,000, and that's 4,000. 4, 8, 12. Okay, we're going to pretend that's 15,000. We're going to put our point right there. And then we're going to go down 250. Why wouldn't it count by 250s? And over 1, just forget it. We're not doing that. That's stupid. We're going to go up to 15,000. And I'm going to down 250 and over 1. Down 250 and over 1. And it's going to look like that. That's about stupid. I didn't make that. If I'd have made it, it would have been right. Okay, number of gallons of gas left in your gas tank is given by 12. See? 12. Look at that. 12. Minus 4t with t in hours. Find the hourly gas use. Whoa. Oh, hourly gas use? Determining how many hours the tank will be empty. Graph the model. Okay. So your gallons of tank, your gas tank holds 12 gallons. You're going down, so you're using 4 gallons per t. So 4 gallons per hour. So that means you're using 4 gallons per hour. That's your hourly use. You're using 4 gallons. Determine how many hours the tank will be empty. So G is the number of gallons left in your tank. So you just set it equal to 0. And you work it out. Minus 12 divided by negative 4. So it will be empty in 3 hours. Wow, you're using a lot of gas per hour. 4 gallons per hour? Dang. You're going really... You must get really bad gas mileage. You must be driving a big truck. So you start at 12. That's your y-intercept. And you go down 4 over 1. So down 4 over 1. Look at this nice graph. Does like it's supposed to. As opposed to the other graph that is crap. Down 4 over 1. Down 4 over 1. Wait, it's counting by 2's. Crap. Start at 12. Down 4 over 1. Down 4 over 1. Down 4 over 1. There we go. Now it's right. I apologize. I was counting. I don't know what I was doing. Moving on. Graph the equation. So you can stop and try these and see if you can get them right really fast. And you can graph them however you want. I would graph this one using intercepts and this one using the horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, you're back. I'm going to find my x-intercept. I'm going to cover my y. So I would have 4x equals 4. Divided by 4, x equals 1. So it's the point 1, 0. And then for the y-intercept, I would do 2y equals 4. Y equals 2. So it's the point 0, 2. And then I connect my dots. Y equals 2, that's a horizontal line at 2. And we are done. Yay!